Hey, hopefully you guys are doing well tonight. This is Jocelyn Lovely Tarot. Welcome to another session. I know I wanted to go live this weekend, but I keep playing too many games. Sorry, y'all. So we're gonna do the four elements. I found my die finally because I finally got to finish cleaning everything properly, like perfectly, right? And everything has a place now. So pretty, so pretty, so pretty. So here is the my little die. I bought this. It was like at a convention, like a gaming convention. Anyways, yeah, yeah. Let's go through the. We're gonna do one through four. So, one's gonna be fire, two's gonna be air, three's gonna be water, and four. I should have made it that, but I want to do earth. You know what? Let's do three earth and four water. Okay. What are we doing here today? What are we doing? What are we doing? A four. Something told me I wanted to do four, and I'm like, I wanted to make it earth. Let's do earth. I know I said water, but you know what? Let's do earth. Because something told me four was gonna come out and four was earth. Something keeps telling me do earth signs, do earth. Hi, hi, level dojo. Hopefully you're doing well. Hey, Josie, it's good to see you guys. It's good to be home with the fam. Hey, Jim, welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody that joined the live. We're gonna do earth. We're gonna do four elements, and I put it a night to remember why. I don't know. Something told me to say that. I don't know why. I just did. All right. If you guys resonate with the readings, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want personal readings, go to Jocelyn Lovely 84 at Gmail. We're still doing $20 readings for the month. I feel generous. So we're gonna do $20 readings. We could do 25 minutes in the deck. Why not? All right, let's see. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're gonna do the four elemental signs. Four elemental signs. And I somehow like four was supposed to be water, but I keep thinking four, earth, 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 earth. Something's telling me earth. So I'm gonna do earth, okay? Earth sign. Should I timestamp? 45 and the 17. Hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday. How far are we? We're like 7 days? 10, 8 days? Okay. What's that? What day is that on the 17th? Ninth, 10th, Tuesday, 11th, Wednesday. So next Tuesday? Probably next Tuesday, right? Okay. Okay. I won't be able to, but I'll probably do a Monday Night Live. How about that? We'll celebrate for your birthday and you get a free reading live. Live. Okay. So your free reading, everybody knows that if it's your birthday, you get a free reading. Okay? A free reading. So, Earth signs, y'all ready? 352, 352 on the deck on the deck. Okay. Mm, I feel like somebody, it's crazy. Like, I'm getting that Earth signs. You guys are like, you were sitting here thinking like, I think earth signs fussy, right? They're feeling fussy because they're working really hard. They see no results. They've been like constantly putting in work day in, day out. They're having to do what they have to do outside of work, right? So it's like it almost seems like it's too much work, right? Hard work, hard discipline. But remember, um, for some of you guys, it's not just it's like in the physical you're putting in hard work, but it's also to get to certain goals, but it's a distraction because I feel like you might have been struggling to reach certain levels of consciousness here, and there's a breakthrough. 444 talks about hard work, discipline, very very structured number. Okay, they're diplomatic, they're just very loyal, very very great. It's a great number. I'm getting 444 on the deck. You can't make this shit up. Look what came out. four, and then four, four. But this is what I'm saying. It's like it's a breakthrough energy. It's like I feel like you guys have literally are literally working through something, which is why spiritually things are actually moving for you. Yes, a lot of things are moving for you in the physical, and you may not think they are, but it's because of the spiritual breakthrough that's happening this week for you guys. There's a huge breakthrough coming through. I feel like some of you guys are connecting more with faith, or not even faith, it's like strengthening. Because when people talk about like connecting to God, right? Or higher power or soul, right? Whatever you want to call it. When you guys are connecting with that energy, sometimes it's like the same thing of saying trying to reach higher dimensions, right? Because it's closer to what you really are, right? The soul. The soul's going through experiences and almost feels like the soul's ready to break out of something that it's been um the body and the physical has been attached to. I feel like there's an attachment here that you're breaking out of. And so this is what I'm saying. You may not think there's growth or you may not think you're seeing progress, but all of this is actually helping you go through this breakthrough. And when you go through this breakthrough, it's like you just get even more, I don't want to say discipline. I feel like you get more focused on the things that really matter this week, but it's all about you. You're shining this week. So if you feel like you're losing it, if you feel like you want to yell or lash out or you're frustrated because you think people don't see you for who you are, this is an illusion that you're breaking through because you're seeing yourself as the powerhouse that other people see you as. Right here. This is you. It's like you forgot for a second who you are, where you come from, or how close you are to the soul bond. You forgot how close you are to spirit. Even when you don't want to listen, even when we don't want to hear, we're closer to spirit now than we've ever been. Even if we feel separation, that's funny. It's like even when we don't feel the closest, that's actually it's the breakthrough. You've been focused, whether you realize it or not on a conscious level, you've been focusing on strengthening your bond with self. That's what makes you so potent, so powerful. That's what's making you want to freaking go off the ledge because there's ties you're breaking out of, there's pain you're working through, and it's actually leading you somewhere faster. You think, and that's what I'm saying from spiritual level, you think you weren't putting in work, but it's about to freaking pay off. You're about to see how much you've actually changed. You're about to see how much closer to self you really are. And that says a lot because it's the weight, right, of this coin. It's the weight of the world that you think you're attached to, but it's actually being released. It's actually being released. It says Ace of Pentacles, but really I'm getting more of a release. What you want is freedom. Even though you're somehow tied to the physical as a distraction, what you really want is freedom. You want to peer through something and you're doing it. With Nine of Wands, that's what I'm saying. Nine endings, conclusions, and it's like you're almost there. Sometimes I feel like we don't think we're hitting milestones until we see the proof, but sometimes it's a feeling. Maybe you haven't felt your best. Maybe you haven't felt like you're getting there, but that's the point. It's painful, but you are breaking through that pain barrier. You're strong enough. You're strong enough now. Mm. Long time no see. How you been? I've been good, Shadow. How are you? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. All right, let's pull a little bit from the anime tarot and see what the cards have to say. What is the advice for the breakthrough this week, or like someone feeling like they're literally like so uncomfortable. Someone's feeling really uncomfortable. Page of Pentacles. That's what I'm saying. Even when you're not moving yourself, it's like higher self takes you there anyways. It's slowly pulling you away from something that you don't relate to. And that's why we call it like they call it ascending, or they call it like just understanding things from a deeper level. And I'm getting this is coming from the heart space too. It's not, it's like, it almost seems like you're bored. If you've been doing something for money, or if you've been trying to get by, it almost seems like you're a little bored because it's not, you're not as excited. But that's what I'm saying. It's like whatever you're breaking out of, it's boring. You're bored with it. Like, yeah, you're comfortable, but you're bored. We talked about this last week about the boredom starting to hit through. There you go. And this is the difference between a page of pentacles, which is like deciding, doing the work, but not really 100%. And not even with the page of pentacles, with this one, it just feels like you're not as committed, or you're not as fulfilled versus this version of you. This is what happens when you connect to something outside of yourself, or not even outside of yourself, something that's, it's like connecting to something else. It's like you're being led to go somewhere else. And it's like now you have more passion. You're gonna have more passion because it's like an upgrade, right? It's a feeling of newness too here with the Knight of Pentacles. Is he receiving that? What are you gonna do? Is my question. When this breakthrough hits, it's almost as if you know everything's gonna change, because again, it's just you're changing. That's what it is. You're bored. Things weren't changing, but they are, and it's like that's also the struggle, right? It's like leaving past your comfort zone to pursue other avenues, other passions, but it's deeper than that too. It's like you're just not the same person. So you can't entertain what is no longer you. Mm, congratulations, Earth signs. Head to bed. I was good seeing you. Take care of yourself. See you next time. Take care, guys. Okay, Queen of Swords. Yes. So I'm saying the butterfly effect. Look at this. This person, the winged lady. So I'm saying it's like you're ready to take off. You're ready to soar. Ready to move. But this is all from spirit. It's like you're being guided through spirit, right? And you're sitting here kind of a little shy because you know the change is here and you are struggling to kind of let go. Are you afraid? Yes. Somebody here is a little afraid, but they're curious. They're becoming more curious, Earth signs. You're becoming more curious than you are afraid, which is what's leading you to go and take off in another direction, or go through some form of like breakthrough. And when this happens, it's like it's what's best for you. And I think you know that, which is why you're willing to sit still and go through whatever this is. This rite of passage. This is the wheel of fortune. It's forward movement. This is what I'm saying. If you were feeling stuck or latching onto something, you can no longer do that. It's too painful. So it's painful to stay where you're at. I feel like if you were staying where you're at, the universe had to make it so fucking painful and bring in so many towers to get you moving. And the you moving forward is also painful, but it's there. There's the once you go through that pain, it's like you feel better and you're happier. Gives me metamorphosis, right? Changing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Any questions, comments about the the earth sign? Anything that we can add on to that? Let me know. Okay. Makes sense. Good. Thank you, Goddess Retrieval. It's good to see you again. Very good. Very good. Okay. Should we ask for more guy? We should. I kind of went through that one fast. Mm, we're gonna pull out one more card, okay? One more card and just see what it is. Two cards fell. Oh, yeah, this is it. It's Earth. It's like stay grounded because you are going to feel out of control. That's what happens when you change, right? It's scary because you are no longer the same, right? Meaning you're not really operating out of like the same level of consciousness, right? And then it's like all of a sudden everything's so different. The universe wants to change you, fully change you, and it's like you have to be open to allow it. But at the same time, when you start getting terrified or scared, ground yourself. Say some prayers because you know that what's happening is actually in your best interest. You're overdue for this. You're ready. With the Knight of Wands, yeah, this is you like breaking through something to another. It's like gaining confidence in where the universe is leading you because it's leading you somewhere different. You're ready for that soul growth or soul experience. All right. All right. That was Earth. Let's see what's next. Let's roll the die. What's next? Fire, water, or air? Something's telling me air. Fire or air? Fire or air? See, one, it's fire. Okay. I thought it was gonna be air, but it's fire. Okay. Ooh. Let's timestamp y'all. Nice cap. Thanks, y'all. Thanks. Hey, Gianna, forever. Oh, Gianna's dad. My bad. 1817. All right. Fire, fire, fire. By the way, when I can't upload it's because I'm going through my own shit, right? And so like sometimes reading I get triggered. But today I was like, all right, let's just do it. Let's do it because sometimes I need to hear certain things here that I myself am struggling to kind of see on a day to day or believe on a day to day basis. Okay. All right. King of Pentacles for fire. Look at this. This is giving me like somebody's congratulating you this week. You're being congratulated. I don't know, it's like you hit a milestone and you're gonna be celebrated or they're going to tell you congratulations. Like congratulations. I'm getting the universe is also saying that to you. Your spirit guides are saying that to you. With the two of cups coming out twice, so I'm gonna take it out. Universe is saying congratulations, you did something. You've gotten to a point in your life that's like they have to celebrate you. Whether you feel it almost feels like you're exhausted though. Fire's exhausted. They have no fire in them. There's no fire on this card though. You know what I'm saying? You're getting rewarded by the universe and you don't even see this coming. This is what's so funny. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, that's two. Yeah, someone's gifting you something. You don't see it coming. You're getting gifted, but it's like a big gift from the universe saying thank you or we're proud of you. Remember? Like, remember? I think you're just too exhausted to see like what's going to happen next a few months from now. But you're actually going to be in a way better place spiritually, emotionally, and financially. And physically. I'm getting somebody was going through like physical pains or physical exhaustion. A lot of physical exhaustion, like somebody's worn down. But in a couple of months, you're going to feel better. This is why the universe is celebrating you now. But I'm getting somebody, again, this is you receiving some type of reward for investing in yourself, putting in hard work. Some people are going to show appreciation where they didn't before. Good for you. Yeah, I'm getting a gift. Someone's giving you a gift. I don't think it's minor either. I think it's like, I don't want to say it's an opportunity, but it's definitely something. Yeah, you're getting communication about this. I feel like somebody's either going to get a gift with like somebody thought about you when they're giving this to you. And it holds like monetary value, but it's really sentimental too. It's something you really like. If it's a bonus or more money, I think somebody's like, yes, they're stoked. Yeah. And then Eight of Wands, yeah. You're receiving something. I feel like whatever this opportunity is, this congratulation is actually gonna make you feel better because it's gonna make you want to push forward to something. It's like you're gonna want to push forward into something completely It's like pushing past your limits, right? But in a good way, like pushing past the boundaries because you've already achieved something. So now you have to push past something to something better, right? It's like you're looking forward to achieve something better, whether you see it or not. It's actually happening for you. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, this is a week of rewards and achievements. Yeah. I'm getting somebody was really strong or they waited really hard or put in a lot of work and it made you very, very strong. Or like set on certain principles and values, which is why you're being rewarded. It's like someone's thanking you in advance or for just like showing up in a certain way or moving in a certain way. But this has to do, this is, it's going to mean more because again, this is, it's like you didn't give up on something, on your morals, your values, or something like that. It's like you didn't break character or your character has been strengthened by all the hard work you've put in. The Ace of Cups again. Yeah, it's like I'm getting achievements, rewards, or being gifted something. Interesting. Hi, welcome. Is this for everyone? Yeah, it is. If you're tapped into this, it's meant for you, right? Because you ended up finding this live right now, right? Or you could be at 1,000 other lives, and yet you're here for Chris Russell, like for real. Yes, King Johnson, for real, for real, for real. Hello, hello, everybody that's commenting. Welcome, doves, healing of doves. Oh, releasing of doves. Sorry, I'm blind, y'all. Y'all know I'm blind. Ten of Pentacles. It just came out of reverse. Usually, Ten of Pentacles is like you've made something of yourself. You've created a legacy worth living. You've created something worth having. You've worked towards something that's like life changing and it's fulfilling. This is career, monetary value, but it's also because it's in reverse. It means you feel like you're still missing something. But it's an illusion because you're actually at the best moment of your life. And I know you may be because you're so exhausted, you don't see that, but that's you're literally you don't see what's ahead. And that's why it's so funny. That's why they're celebrating, right? Your guides. And it's like they're gonna bring you a reminder as to everything you've done. It wasn't in vain or all the years, all the setbacks, all the delays. It was actually making you stronger and more equipped for this, whatever this is, that the Ten of Pentacles upright, right? You think there's something missing, but there's not. There's nothing missing. That's why it's in reverse, though. All you have to do is turn it over. You're at the 10, you just have to turn it up. So if you've been struggling to see like the end, if you've been struggling to think that you've achieved something, it's like you gotta believe it. You gotta believe it first in order for you to actually see it, right? Because it could be shown to you from the outside, but it may mean nothing if you don't really see what you've achieved, what you've become. You have become something people can be proud of. Don't forget that. It's like I have to give you this reminder. Well, I do. I don't have to, I want to. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, man. It gives me sight. Page of Pentacles. So yeah, it's like you see far ahead into you thought you were seeing far ahead into the future, but I think along the way you lost yourself. It's what you're feeling like you lost yourself in the sauce because you were so focused, so trying to get somewhere that it's like you forgot about like being in the moment and understanding that you already got there. You've achieved everything you could have ever wanted. You're just losing sight of that because you could just be exhausted, or you could be feeling sad or lost or like confused at this point. Like, but remember about the wishes you made years ago, the goals you set years ago. Like you've achieved half of the at least half of the things you set out for yourself. I feel like whoever you are, you know you don't lose. So I think you just, you forgot why you're here, why you're doing it. Have some fun. Universe is saying have some fun, take it easy on yourself because sometimes you have to see it, right? From other people's eyes. Other people have to tell you or show you like how much they admire you so that you can start to believe it. But again, it's only going to happen once you start believing it yourself. And I feel like that's what it is. How much work do you think you need to do, or how many goals you need to accomplish before you start seeing that like you did it? There's the issue with the self-worth here. I feel like you're gonna strengthen that self-worth with the yellow confidence and all the hard work that it's paid off. And there's some type of fulfillment here. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have tried as hard, right? I think you lost focus of that. You were so focused on the goal and meeting the goal that it's like you're here. You're here. Y'all know I be keeping it real. I am a struggling trader concerning the financial markets. Yeah, but look at all you've done in the line of work that you've done, whether you help people or not. Like how how much like have you pushed yourself forward? And the income that you earn, right? It's a reflection of like in a way of like it's like you can make a certain amount of income, but it's still this has to do with self-esteem. Like seeing it, seeing your own progress. Even if other people don't reflect that, but again, I think it's internal. This is why, because it's the Ten of Pentacles. You think you have something missing, but you don't. It could be an area of the family, a family area, or a financial goal that you still felt like, or a goal that you still felt like you haven't reached, but it's an illusion. It feels like sometimes it's easier to latch on to like it's easy to like not believe in yourself, or it's easier to not bet on yourself or not push forward sometimes because it's it's like taking a risk, right? But your whole life has been a risk. That's why you've made it this far. Think about all the risks you've taken to get here. And they weren't all calculated. All these risks that you took were just for a better version of yourself, a better lifestyle, a more fulfilling one. And I feel like you're missing that. That's why you did it, right? Not just the money, but it's a part of it has to do with like believing in yourself enough to believing in yourself enough to see that you've gotten this far and that you can also go further. Yeah, we're dealing with self-worth issues here, but that's okay. That's okay. We all deal with them, right? At a certain point of our life when we don't see progress, we start to blame ourselves for it, right? But that's not what it is. This delay or setback is actually it's coming from a spiritual. It's a spiritual it seems kind of like a spiritual battle. Your self-worth is tied to your money or what you do in this life. And that's fine and all, but at the end of the day, you could achieve everything you want. If you're not happy, then what's the point, right? And I think you are happy for the most part, but I just think there's moments where, again, your self worth is tied to what you do or achieving something, but it's deeper than that. You've done so much already. That's why this same message keeps appearing. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Process is so frustrating. Exactly. So much encouragement. Yes, exactly. Hi, hi everybody. Hi everybody that came into the reading. Yes, this is beautiful, guys. This is beautiful. Anything else for my fire signs? If I start shaking, it's because I'm hungry. I think my blood pressure's low. But I wasn't hungry all day. I was, but then I wasn't, you know? It's kind of like that feeling of you want to eat, but you can't. Like your stomach doesn't want to deal with any food. Yeah, you need to go back to the page. There needs to be some type of like optimism. There needs to be a little bit more optimism on your journey because it's like you're incredible. You've done incredible things. Incredible things. And it's like I feel like really remove the pressure. There's no pressure, or you're putting too much pressure on yourself, but there really isn't any. So come at it from a more optimistic point of view, and you'll see how far along you'll go. Mm. You're welcome, Thompson 777. All right, I think that's it. I don't know what else to say. I mean, any advice? I think I already gave y'all a lot of advice. Any advice before we let's break this deck. Where's this deck at? Oh, magical dimensions. I love this deck. So we're gonna pull from the cards. See what's the advice that's going on. What's for fire signs? That's what I'm saying. You're working your magic, bro. It's like your eye is so focused on the prize, but look, have some fun. You need to have some fun or find a way to have fun while you do all of this because it's like kind of like that quote, why so serious, right? From the Joker, why so serious? Why so serious? That's funny. Yep. This is what you need is to feel free. Spend some more time out in nature, just doing things that you like to do for fun. And that's gonna get you more like appreciative and like have you not be so stressed or focused on like what needs to be accomplished. Okay? All right. That was for my fire signs. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The next reading is going to be for, we're going to roll the die. What's next? Or air? Water or air? I'm getting water. I could be wrong. Wait, that's not it. It's either two or three. Okay, air. Finally. Happy birthday to all my, what are we at? Pisces? Are we past Pisces already? Yeah, dude, we didn't even do a Pisces reading. Whoops. My bad, Pisces. I should do a Pisces reading next, I don't know, couple of days, maybe Thursday, Friday. Pisces reading, Pisces reading. I'm so much stressed out. I can barely put my words together. That's okay. I know a lot of us are stressed out and feeling like burnt out, exhausted, but I'm telling you, have some fun. I mean, or get natural fun, right? Not anything dangerous or harmful, right? But like fun. You'll start feeling alive really quickly. All right, the lovers with the Eight of Swords and the Fool. Mm. Air signs. Let me timestamp. I forgot to timestamp. You already know if I don't timestamp. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Yeah. 3519. Okay. It's Gemini. The Fool, which is Uranus energy, right? Eight of Swords and Three of Wands. Oof. I'm getting you're like looking at something and saying goodbye. Oh, you're saying goodbye to something. And you're watching it all burn down. It's like you're watching something go away forever, or like you're finally like saying, I forgive and I accept, and it's time to let you go. You're letting something go. Holy snaps. This is serious. There's clarity on what you want to let go or why you don't want to hold on to something anymore. You're watching something burn down. This is the Fool, right? But you're watching something burn down. This isn't giving me Three of Wands is like building, right? Building and working towards something in a group setting. It's like very focused, making dreams come true, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm getting you're saying goodbye to something. For some of you guys, this has to do with like some type of like you could have been hurt or upset by something that was destroyed or gone. And I feel like this is you saying goodbye to it. With the Lovers, you're saying goodbye to someone. But this is coming from like a spirit, this spirit, right? Like you're saying goodbye to something. Something's gone. It's long gone or dead. Something's destroyed, and it could have taken you a while to like accept that. But I'm getting you're accepting it, or you want to. You're looking at things from hindsight, like okay, this is what it is, or this is what this is it. That's it. It is what it is. The cards were dealt, and it's time to say goodbye. Mm. Let's pull from a different deck. I'm gonna pull from the Luna. In flames. That's right. Burn that shit to the ground, motherfuckers. Sorry. Now y'all know. I'm just like, burn that to the ground, right? Let's burn. And then you got the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. This is just saying goodbye. Cause it's like you know it's time, or like you're just okay with it. Oh my god, somebody's okay with what happened. I'm getting somebody understands, or like they're like, okay, it happened, and you're accepting it. You're like, you know, because this is 10. I was getting 9, but now I'm getting 10. The Wheel of Fortune is a 10, right? It can be the sun, the sun represents this in a way. So it's like, yeah, it's like clarity. It's like seeing the truth for what it is and accepting it so that you can move on to a new chapter of your life or something different. And I feel like that's why you're burning it all to the ground. It doesn't belong with you anymore. If this is grief, or if this is saying goodbye to someone, people, a version of you that you loved, it's like you're saying goodbye to it for one last time because it's dead and gone. Oh, it's at that Justin Timberlake TI. Dead and gone, dead and gone. Oh, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, look, it's like you're hopeful, looking like what's next. You could have been so stuck in what had happened or trying to get over it. Now you're actually looking forward as to you have so much to look forward to, or you have so much to live for. So it's like, yes, this was a phase, a cycle of your life is like done, and you're okay with that. For once, I feel like you're okay with looking past that into what the future holds. And you're manifesting it because you're thinking about it. So now it's like all that could be in your reality is like the present moment, not and being excited for it or hopeful for it instead of being stuck in what did not become a part of your reality anymore. That what is no longer a part of your reality anymore. Good for you, air signs. I feel like somebody here was struggling for a long time to get over something or to say goodbye to something. For some of you guys, it is forgiveness. Why it's gonna hurt. It's like the heart is saying goodbye. And I feel like that's why it took so long to like recover or be hopeful again, right? You could have been so mourning something. And it's hard for you to feel hopeful when you're not ready, right? To move on. But you are. Look, the lovers again. I feel like you're gonna this next cycle of your life, there's gonna be a lot of love and support, more loving, more kind, and relationships that want to enter your life. There's loving relationships that want to enter your life, but because you weren't ready, you couldn't actually manifest it because you weren't willing to give it a chance. Your consciousness, your heart wasn't in that, right? You were focused on the past, and here you are now understanding that there's so much that's coming into you. I feel like you can sense it in the 5D because the universe is, your soul has been trying to tell you there's so much to look forward to in the present moment and the future. But if you actually were in the present moment, you know that because your heart's been trying to heal. Your heart's been trying to recover and experience and release the burden, the pain, so that you can have a healed heart and then and just receive a whole new life with new people that are a reflection of the hope, the gratitude, the reflection of the opportunity that you see for yourself, the love that you want for yourself. And, like you can finally receive that. Holy snaps. Some of you guys are like, no, I don't feel like that. No, no, no. You are some part of you on a soul level. It's what you're connecting to in the 5D. That's why your dream state, it almost seems like it's trying to get you to heal something because it knows your soul, the most hopeful, loving part of self, knows that this is what's going to happen. You know it on a soul conscious level, even if there's no proof in the physical, that there is beautiful, loving relationships that are going to come into your life and it's going to change you. It's going to change you. And you're because that reality is it's manifesting now more than ever because there's some part of you that really believes it. You could have struggled to believe that because there was no proof anywhere in sight. That's why it was so fucking dark, right? Excuse the language. And now there's lights. And there's peace in your heart because you know that better is coming along. And when I mean better, it's like just better experiences with your relationships. And I mean all kind of relationships. A better version of you and a better relationship with yourself. Mm, mm. Yep, you're opening up to the possibility and the idea, and therefore, because you believe it becomes your reality. That's just a fact. You think negative, that becomes your reality. You think about your fears, that becomes your reality. But when you think about what you can look forward to, what you can have, that becomes your reality. You think I'm playing with you, that's why the heart's grieving. It needs to make space for all that's to come your way or where you're headed to, right? It's a whole new fucking reality. It's a whole new dimension that you're tapping into. You're opening up to it. One is curiosity. It's adventure. It's you being hopeful and believing that there's something on the other side, not just fucking pain and the shit that you lost. There's more. And there's enough faith within you to believe that. That's why you're willing to go through the heartbreak or the grievance and forgiveness. I feel like somebody needs to forgive themselves for holding on to something for so long. You weren't ready. You are now there. Like what's coming your way. This is what your reality is really. Once you fully forgive and like really like push through the pain, the sadness, it's a 10 of Pentacles. This is the life you've always wanted. Okay, let's see what else. Let's pull from magical dimensions. Yes, everybody's like, yes, as it should for all. Exactly. Goodbye. Don't look back. Exactly. Ooh, High Priestess. This is what I'm saying. The High Priestess knows all. Higher self knows all. That's why it sheds light. There's a pull. There's a pull. That's why it's so fucking painful. Because the shadow is always trying to do is protect you, but there's a pull from higher self saying that you are safe to believe again. Oh, you are safe to put yourself out there and believe again. Some of you guys were struggling with faith here, including myself. So when I should say we, we're struggling with faith. We still are, but it's like your faith is getting stronger. This time, grieving and alone wasn't just, the solitude, whatever it is that you were doing to get you to this place of forgiveness and understanding and compassion for self. This is what's been like prepping you to be able to open up your heart again. Because at the end of the day, all we want is to be loved and to love, right? We want to be at a place where we can even feel like a kid again, right? And and that's where you're getting to. Mm. Anything else for my air sign? Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. All this freaking yellow, the cups. Yeah. This is giving me winding down. Like somebody's not struggling with acceptance anymore. It's like the universe gave you enough time. You gave yourself enough time. You could have been asking for more time, and here it is. And here it's like you can finally move on. Oh, I want to cry for somebody here. I want to cry. I want to cry. I want to cry. Somebody here, it's like you battled some shit for a very long time, man. This was a horrible. I'm getting like cycle years of whatever this is, man. It completely destroyed you. It had to. It had to destroy you because when it did, it's like you were no longer the same. But then accepting that and learning to live in the moment, that's what's like molding another version of you that is gonna be happy again, whether you believe it or not. But you never gave yourself the chance. And I feel like now you are. I'm getting it was so painful, that's why. It was so difficult. But here you are. Mm. Talking to dead and spirits is satanic. You don't realize what you're doing. I'm not talking to the dead. You guys are not dead. You are not dead. You are spirit. Even everything is spirit, good or bad. Entity is a spirit. No one really dies. The more accepting we are of who we are, good and bad, the better it goes. The better it goes for you. I'm just saying. Okay, there you go. This, this. You know what's funny? Some of you guys wanted to change, to have a better life. a more meaningful life. You guys wanted to find some type of meaning in your life. But you know what's crazy? It's like you say you want to change, you say you wanted to progress, you say you wanted this, you wanted that. It happened in the way it did. But this is what I'm saying. Even after the freaking chaos, the destruction, because what happened to you destroyed you. But look at the lion in the background, or whatever this is. Not a lion, a cheetah. I don't know what this is. You, the white tiger, tiger. I'm sorry, the tiger. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, the tiger. It's regal. It understands. It's powerful. Tell me your character didn't become more powerful. You thought you lost the core essence of who you are. No, you thought that this experience made you 100% too rough and jaded. It could have, but at the end of the day, we go back to our core essence. You've been transformed, and you're being transformed now. And I feel like at some point deep within you, you know that. Accepting the good and the ugly of oneself. Exactly. Accepting the ugly and love of oneself. That's what makes somebody fucking powerful. That's what makes you powerful. How are you gonna fucking sit there and say, "Oh, I'm all good," and not see what you do bad? What? Not face the things we hate about ourselves and then accept it and love it. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. We can't always be good. There has to be bad. Everyone has bad within them. But being understanding of that, loving and forgiving of that, that's what makes you all knowing. I've said it again and again. Nine of Cups. Yeah. Look at this shit. Metamorphosis. Somebody's transforming. You're at the Nine of Cups, man. If you don't think your life is gonna get better, like if you've been like playing yourself, because I feel like somebody's psyche was psyching themselves out. Like there's no faith, there's no hope. That's a lie. Your guys were always there telling you, but I just think somebody needed some time to kind of like deal with this or process this and to recover. This is recovery time for somebody here. They're recovering from a broken heart or a broken version of themselves. It's like whatever this experience was, it did exactly what it's supposed to. It was supposed to destroy you. I'm not saying it was fair. I'm not saying it was right, but there was definitely a growth within you because of everything that happened. Again, I didn't say it was the right thing. I didn't say it was fair, but it did change you. It changed you. This was definitely a dark, dark phase, but you came out of it completely changed and alive. You survived. Tell me you're not a mother. Tell me you're not it. You're a real motherfucker. You're a real warrior. Think about that. You're a real warrior. Boom. Telling you, this is what you have to look forward to. Emotional freedom. To be, to play. You're going to be hopeful again. I promise you, you are going to be hopeful again. That's why you're here. Your soul brought your ass over here. We all needed to hear this today. The essence of time, destiny. This was always going to be your path. And the universe told you you'd be okay one day, you would survive it, and you didn't believe it because it's been too long. Some of you guys are carrying childhood wounds since the womb, okay? That's why it was so freaking difficult. That's why it was so painful. But this is why you changed so much because you were willing to go through that freaking pain. You were willing to face the trauma that other people would never even fucking fathom to do. They wouldn't have the audacity to do because it's too painful. That's why people distract themselves with whatever they can find because it's easier than to deal with the pain you've carried since a child. But you're always meant to win this spiritual warfare. You're always supposed to carry it for the bloodline. If not for the man, you know what? Screw the. I'm sorry. Screw the bloodline. Screw it. You do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. because you're that boss. You are boss. If anything, be proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back, bro, because you did it for you, and that's all that matters. I feel like somebody did this all on their own. Like nobody knew the shit they were struggling with. People didn't know how bad it was, and I feel like you survived it all on your own and shit. And now you have a whole story that you're probably never gonna tell your children because you don't even want to burden them with what you've been through. But that's the funny thing. You will tell your children this, and you're gonna be proud of everything you've been through, and you're gonna be happy and tell them that if mama or daddy can do it, then so can you. Your children, right? Your children are gonna be so proud of you if they're not already. But it's funny because you did it all on your own. So now some of you guys wanted people around you so that you wouldn't do it 100% on your own, but only to realize that you went through this whole healing journey all on your own. That's why we get become isolated, or the universe isolates us from people, right? That's why we hide. And at the end of the day, it's like you get to celebrate now, but with the people. You come out of it healed, and then you get to experience, you get to celebrate your life with people, but they were not meant to be here during this time. This was all about you guiding yourself through it. You, good and bad, guiding yourself through this process. Okay. All right. Finally, Miss Toby. It's a fact of the white tiger. Oh, what was it? Oh, the white tiger. Yes, it's fact. It's really good. It's powerful, man. It's powerful. It sits on a throne, knowing damn well it knows what it's capable of. It survives. It thrives. Right. The jungle's not for everybody, honey. But y'all did it. Shit. I feel like if y'all were thrown out there in the woods, you'd still somehow come out alive. And you won't know how the hell it happened, but it happened. Feel like you'd be the one surviving and shit. It's funny, but it's true. All right. That's for my air signs. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hey, Jamie. Hi, Miss Toby. A fact of the white tiger. That's right, Josie. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's move on to the last reading. Water. Oh, these are really powerful cards. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, water, water. 50. We're going to say 58. Okay. I'm getting, yo, this is like war. Somebody like fought war, or like whatever this shit was. This is giving me a war in the 5D. I don't really like talking about spiritual battles, but I'm getting a war broke out. And this is you, like you thought the war. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at the war. This looks very powerful. Challenges, things that like set you back, delays, pain. It's all there, but look, you're right here just watching it all go down and shit. Like you're always there, but it's like you get to see it now. You're watching it. But I'm getting like your spirit guides are also protecting you, because this one's in spirit form protecting you. I feel like there's people on the spiritual realm protecting you because you're valuable here. On the earthly realm, you are fucking valuable. You found your light in the darkness or in the chaos. And that's why it's like you're just there, like amongst the pain, the chaos, the challenges, the warfare. I'm getting famine. I'm getting famine, or like struggle, darkness. Like you survived it, but it's like you found the light within the darkness. That's why you're valuable. The somehow the soul still was shining even when all this war and destruction is happening. You're just watching it though. You're watching it all take place in real time. This is giving me like world news, pandemics. This is giving me like, it's bad. like chaos all over the world. There's a shakeup happening right now. Yeah, a lot of people have gone through a lot of destruction, holding on to it's like you know how like certain if we choose not to ascend, like we're our body feels that tension, like this really dark, dense energy. They call it 3D and all that, which could be a reality, right? It could be true, but I'm getting like a lot of people died or they're dying in in the density or in the denseness. I'm getting death. There's a lot of like death happening everywhere. I'm getting you watched. You're watching this happen. I don't know if somebody's in the military or they're just watching all of this and they're just like watching it. You're watching it. I'm not saying you're not doing anything about it. You actually are, but it's like it almost seems like it could even take you and sweep you off and like make you so sad and it could make you so sad or like have no faith on earth and like all the good things that are happening because they seem so minor. They don't get talked about. All the good things that are being done, right? In the background that, you know, that are being done collectively, but we don't get talked about. All that gets talked about is the war and destruction and all the bad things that people are doing. But there's a shakeup happening. I'm telling you. That's why the world's changing as it goes. There's just it just won't stand. I feel like whatever chaos and destruction has a hold on this earth, it's not going to stand for too long. People are they're not standing for that anymore. Getting people are speaking up for their rights. People are speaking up for others. I'm getting people are coming out and speaking out against the darkness or the dark forces of this world. Dang, this is a powerful reading. Spiritual fighter on land. That's right. That's right. Was meant to lose here, to be here. Sorry. Yes. Yes, ma'am. That's right. An hour in. I said hi. You said an hour in. Hey, that's right. An hour in. How's everybody doing? Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling good? Excuse me. Yep. It's turning, man. I'm telling you, this is why people are panicking or like they're trying to make you guys panic. Like this is why it almost seems like there's a big shakeup and everything's confusing and it's scary because a lot of people woke up. They choose not to stay silent anymore. They choose not to be a part of the programming anymore. And that's making the other counter forces like very, very worried. That's why they have to shake things up. That's why they have to go full force on the destruction, on the chaos, because they're losing the battle. They're losing the battle. It's so funny. That's the thing is they knew they were always meant to lose. That's why they're it's like the people in place, right, of the system, they're losing grip of the system themselves. It's breaking down as we speak. And that's why it was always meant to, though. Mm, destruction of old paradigms, of old ways, old systems. That's, yeah, will be no longer in the new world. Mother Gaia is ascending. We all are. The new generation that's here, they're going to change everything. And it's because of us and our predecessors and the people that come here time after time to change their lineages, to grow, to heal, to be better. And then we inspire the kin, right? We inspire our future generations to come in and be even more bolder than we are. They're going to look at us and say, we want to be like that. We can do just that or even better. And they're going to come in here and we're all going to progress collectively, whether the darkness wants it or not, whether the ones that don't want to change, whether they want to or not, it's going to happen. Just remember that. You may think you're like a little cog in the whole like piece, right? just a little part of the movement, like insignificant. No, that it's a lie because there's so many of us that put up through so much spiritual warfare and seen a lot of death and chaos to not have changed. And we all collectively came together piece by piece, little by little, putting in really, really, really big changes for the world. And that's why the world is changing. We are literally making that happen. And if you don't think you are, that is a lie. That's what the system wants you to believe, that nothing's going to get better. That's a lie. They have to feed you that because they know we are unstoppable. This is the ancestors watching us like, that's right, motherfuckers. The spirit realm is also fucking in chaos right now. There's a lot of fucking battles left and right. And it's, we're coming in strong, okay? Strong. Mm, I love this reading. This is real. This is what's happening. The sun is out. The sun just, I literally opened it and the sun came out. Look at this shit. What did I say? The sun is out. Look. I didn't even notice this. The sun is out and it's going to, it's like, watch in a couple of years, there's going to be all this light that's going to be shed. And everybody that grows up is noticing that. They're going to notice the shift. See? Of how much better the world is becoming. And then it's going to be so power, that energy alone is going to be so powerful, like the good prevails, or like the justice prevails. That's what gives me, like, it's going to, you're going to see it 2 3 years from now. You're going to see it. If you don't see it now, you're going to see it, that a lot of people will break through this illusion that we have no control, that we'll be stuck to the system forever. That is a lie. And you'll see proof of it. Watch. Watch. Knight of Cups. Yep. Somebody here is crying and sad because of all the destruction they've witnessed. I don't know. I'm getting, you've seen some torture go by, or you've seen some real bad injustices happen throughout your life. And it's like, yeah, we're changing the world though. Every tear we shed was getting us closer to making the world better. Because when we shed these tears, then it's like we find some type of purpose. If it hurts us that bad, if it impacts us that much, then we take action. Not only to change our lives, but to help change the lives of others. And that's what's happening to you, water signs. You guys feel this shit more than anybody. You're in the realms of the emotion. You're in the realm of subconscious. You pick up and feel shit that others don't easily. Easily. You sense things better than most. That's why you knew there was like panic in the spiritual realm. And then it was like manifesting in the physical, but there's also good coming out of this. Okay? So keep shedding the tears because it's going to impact you in a way where you're going to have to take action to do better. Not to do better, but like you're going to change the world, honey. You're already doing it. But watch. I see a lot of you guys changing the lives of many. You don't even know how many lives you're going to change. It's ridiculous. I don't even think you understand that that's how you are. Interesting. Anything else for water signs? Hello, for a gift looking. Should be. Yes, for a gift. Hi, man. I have a reading for my love. May I have? Oh, yeah, for donations. Yes, yes. I'll give you a reading for donations. Yes. If you guys donate, I'll give you a reading, like a mini reading, depending on how much you donate. You give me some good money, I'll give you a great reading. I'll give you a great reading regardless, but I'll spend more time in that reading, The moon. Look at this. Even when you can't see, even when it's the darkest of times, when it is the worst of times, but it's also the best of times. Watch. Because you are alive, 3D, living proof of like how we're all changing the world for the better. You are living proof. We are pioneers, pioneers of what's changing. You always have been. But you knew this time you were going to come in really hard. You knew this time you were going to put in a lot of work. It was going to cost you a lot. And you knew it was going to break you. And you knew it was going to leave you faithless for a while. And you knew you'd lose yourself on this earth because that's how dense the chaos can be. That's how dense the world was. And then you came and you've healed it. By healing yourself, you're healing it. And you still chose to do this. Yeah. You still chose to show up and do it. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Mm. All right, one last card before we start moving on to readings. Granted, I don't always have this energy, okay? Sometimes I'm tired as hell doing readings. The Ten of Pentacles came out. What the heck? Sometimes, oh, and the Devil energy came out too. Um, I don't have the energy to do this, but today, I don't know, something took over. Because I was depressed as shit coming here, okay? And then something just took over right now. Thought I was gonna get triggered, but I guess not. With the Devil and the Ten of Pentacles, yeah, look at this. Bondage, bondage, um, darkness, addictions, sadness, injustices, chaos, death, torture of all kind, abuse of all kind, abuse from the system. It's a system. We weren't just breaking out of home, systems from the home, right? Indoctrinations, we're breaking out of like the system as a whole. Devil wants to tempt. This is why spiritual warfare is at all time because they're trying to remind you of what you. They're not trying to have you remember what you are, or that you can survive and beat the odds. They're not trying to have you do that. Why do you think they're promoting fucking addictions or alcohol? They're promoting all these things more than ever. They want to get us distracted. But Ten of Pentacles is, look at this. It's this is like generation to come after generation. And you sowed the seeds, you changed your own life and the life of others. You don't understand the people that come after you, the people you've impacted and that you're going to keep impacting. It doesn't even have to be your own family, it could be strangers. You're going to change their. How dare you? Oh, how dare you forget? Okay, I shouldn't have said that. How dare you forget? How dare you forget? It's because too much blood shed, too many tears, too many injustices made you forget. Don't forget, honey. In the physical, you are highly protected. They have to protect you because you're doing good on this earth. And if you think you're not, every tear you shed inspires you to become or look after something more fulfilling, to make a change, to be better. Good for you. All right, that was for my water signs. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Chains are broken. That's right. How's your afternoon going, some people? So true. Exactly. Thank you, Josie. I love you, baby girl. You know I love you. All right, y'all. All right. All right. Let's do this. All right. Let's do it. Does anybody want to do a mini reading? Two card, two pull, three card, three pull, whatever. For donations, of course. And then we're gonna move on to not today, but probably this week for sure. I want to do a happy birthday Pisces, even though I'm a whole fucking month late. And then we're gonna do a happy birthday Aries. It's a change in the collective. Okay. Yes. Any questions, comments about the reading? Mm, I think not. How's everybody doing today? Had the longest day, literally the longest day. I worked and I'm like, oh, I hope I have the energy to do a reading today. I'm like, yeah, I have to. I wanted to do one yesterday, but I didn't feel good. I'm always tired. Spot on my readings. Thank you guys. Thank you. All right, all right, all right. All right, let's do a card one pull for the collective. One card one pull for the collective. One, uno. What do we have to look forward to this week? Ah, the lovers. This is shadow. This gives me shadow. You there's some type of acceptance that comes in this week for you. Acceptance of what it is, who you are, and who you're becoming. Who you're unbecoming. That's also part of the acceptance here. There's a version of you that you're getting acquainted to, but it is the shadow. There's a part of the darkness within you that's being you're looking into, you're looking at, and you're looking at it instead of looking at it with judgment, you're actually looking at it with curiosity, which is the start to self-acceptance, right? It's curious in nature and realize that this part of you that's what you consider dark or bad or shadowy, it's actually a part of you that needs the most love right now. It needs the most understanding and compassion, and the only one that can give you that is you. And I feel like you see that, and you tend to this version of you. You tend to this version of you that needed you for so long, and it didn't have a place to call home. That's why it's called the lovers, right? Not just because it's a significant other and all that, and the people you love. This is actually love with self, loving parts of self that that needed you the most, and you didn't know how to care for it or tend to it because it was just not something you could look at or accept. But now you're looking at it for what it is, and you're taming it, and you're loving it, and you're compassionate, and that's the most beautiful thing in the world. How can we have love and compassion for others when we don't have that for ourselves? And this week we show up with love for self in ways, even parts that we could not ever have accepted 10 years ago. And now you look at yourself and you say, you know what, that's who you are. That's who I am, right? You're saying that's who you are, but you love it. You love it. You've learned to love this. All of a sudden, the darkness isn't so fucking dark anymore. Look, it's just been watching you, begging for your attention. Maybe that's why you felt like the darkness was too dark because it was looking for attention or validation in different ways because it could not get it from you. And then you give it that validation, you give it that certainty, you give it that love and acceptance and compassion. And guess what happens? You're happier. You're happier because of it. But it's looking at you. This version of you is angry. The shadow, it's angry or it's sad. It just wants your attention. But you're not running from it this time. You're looking at it dead in the fucking face and saying, boom, justice is served. You gave it what it needed. You gave life to it. It's yours in this lifetime. You can't go anywhere without the darkness. It's yours. You just forgot about it. Maybe you were forced to. Either way, you get to look at it now, dead in the face, and it's gonna bring such a huge amount of healing. Like this is the type of healing that people wish they can receive in this lifetime because it's going to feel so gratifying to know you're the one that can give it all it's ever needed, and and you can do that. That's true loyalty to self. Mm. Can you draw? Yes. Can I draw a card? No card. Yes, a no card. Stardust. I mean, I guess I'll draw one for you. Just one though. Shit, I got that from two cards. I'm like, boom. What's the question? A good moment of healing, y'all. This is what somebody needed. This is what happens. What is it? Aries goes into Venus, or Venus goes into Aries. Yeah, it's love through action. Unconditional love through action. Boom. Oh, that's gonna bring in a massive amount of healing, man. So if you start going from angry because it's being exposed, the anger is being exposed. It's like then you calm it down, you tame it by showing it love. Mm. You could have been fighting your own demons, your own darkness, and by avoiding, or you could have been fighting it or struggling with it or hating it. It's like you were fighting, you were fighting with hate versus now you're facing this with love, and it's like your whole demeanor changes. You change instantly. A planets coming in Aries by April. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Neptune is in Aries. Will my ex contact me? Out of all the things you want to ask, that's what you want to ask, that if your ex is going to contact you. That's why it's called your ex. Come on, man. Don't make me ask that question. Ugh, fine. Why would you want your ex to call you back? If he wasn't doing the job the first time around, he's not going to do it again. I'm just saying. Four Pentacles. Yeah, let go. This is releasing. Let go. Let go. Let him go. That's the advice. It's not a yes or no. It's let it go. I feel like it's trinkets though. It's like you can have better. You can have better. Uh, yes, yes, yes. Powerful. Of course. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Does anybody want to ask does anybody want a mini reading for donations before we wrap up? I don't want to talk too much for too long. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome. Sorry, Stardust. I'm just saying. Let him go. All right. I guess not. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining me and this beautiful, beautiful night. I wish you all the best. I will see you this week. That's a promise. It's a promise now. It's not a, oh, we'll see. It's a promise. I'll see you this week again. I might do a happy birthday Pisces. I don't know if I want to set on that, but I might just do a reading. I'm just feeling like a reading and probably keep it at an hour because I get so fussy after an hour. So, all right, guys, I love you. Take care.